Hello, for my music appreciation speech, I have chosen the song Underworld Blues by the Mechanisms off of their album Ulysses Dies at Dawn. Before I get into the song itself, I want to give some background information on both the band and the album. So, the band. The Mechanisms, they are a steampunk storytelling band. They act out that they are immortal space pirates who are roaming the galaxies and they're retelling events that they see through story. So a lot of their albums are based off of myths, legends, and fairy tales. And their songs are primarily based on traditional folk tunes, but there's also rock and blues influences in some of the albums. And it's all with like a sort of space sci-fi twist to everything. So this album, Ulysses Dies at Dawn, is based off of Greek mythology, and it has folk and blues influences in the music. There are various myths that are retold through this with a sci fi twist, and there's also a lot of Greek figures who are mentioned. It's set in a huge city, which is just referred to as the city, which runs off of the Akron, which is a river in Greek mythology, and that's powered by the human brain, which in part of the narration and lore, it's described as people are being plugged in and kicked back into a half conscious hell to run the city. So, and they say when death is that bad, there's a lot of people who will do anything for immortality, which one way to do that is for the very rich, and that's the Olympians, the 12 Olympian gods who have found a way to become immortal. But there's also other people who are poor who want immortality because they don't want that fate. So the main characters in this, Ulysses, obviously, which is Odysseus, and they're suffering PTSD from the Trojan War. And then Ulysses designed a vault that's in the city, and the suits, who are other Greek figures, are all trying to get into that. They don't know what's in there, but they're being paid very well to get in there. And the four suits are either there for money or power, and they are Oedipus, Heracles, Orpheus, and Ariadne. So they've all been, if you know their myths, those are all characters who have a tragic ending. Their lives are all torn up by the city. So Underworld Blues it's a blues song. It's based off a blues song called Last Kind Words by Geeshu Williams. And it's when Ulysses, Heracles, and Orpheus go to Hades, which is one of the mechanisms who came into the city and sort of rose to power for money. And they're all trying to get something from Hades. So Ulysses wants to escape the horrible memories of the war. They want to die, but they don't want to be put into the Acheron. Heracles is there as part of the 12 labors. As I mentioned, the Olympians are very rich and they can pay for immortality. So as entertainment, Zeus will bring his poorer offspring in and tell them that they can complete these impossible tasks and he'll pay for their immortality. And Heracles just keeps going. So this is the one where he goes to get Cerberus from Hades, but he's tired and he wants out of the deal. And then Orpheus is there because he's poor and he wants his fiancée Eurydice rebodied. And Hades gives them a task which leads them to the events of the album. They tell Ulysses that they need to go to the vault, which they designed, and that'll fix their problems. Hades tells Orpheus that they can pay for it and all that. And so why this song is significant to me, the Mechanisms have been my favorite band for a few months now, and even though it's a more obscure, lesser known band from the United Kingdom that broke up but was really popular years ago, the community is still there and it's really nice and supportive, and I found a lot of friends through it. And also they play a lot of different instruments in the band, and it's made me really motivated to start playing music a lot more. and I think that's really good. I'm going to put a link to this song in the description. Thank you.